Hi guys and hi Memeva. This is my English conversation assignment on the review and I will explain my review of the movie. This movie is I Love You from 38,000 Feet. I choose to review this movie because this movie tells about the story of an 18 years old girl named Aleta who flies to Bali for a vacation. At the same time meeting 20 years old man named Arga. Arga is a student as well as a program creator with the Geography Channel flag. In this film tells about Aleta, who played by Michelle Judith, who is running away from her home to Bali. On the plane on her way to Bali, she meets Arga, who played by Rizky Nazar, in this movie, who works in a channel about nature. At 38,000 feet, they got to know each other and they share stories. Arga said he went to Bali for filming purposes, and while Aleta admitted that she was running away from her home. Feeling comfortable, Aleta then told about the problem she was facing to Arga. Aleta, who feels that she has never been given the opportunity to choose her own way of life by her family. So he ran away from her home because he felt not comfortable in her family, and then she running away to vacation to Bali. Feels comfortable with Arga, who is mature and independent. So, and then it turns out that Aleta is a girl of noble descent. Her family still upholds ancient rules. Aleta felt that she did not have the freedom to make her life choices, so she chose to run away from home. Arriving in Bali, Arga and Aleta spirited. But the short meeting left quite a deep impression on both of them, especially Aleta, because Aleta is already have a feeling and feel comfortable with Arga. Unexpectedly, in Bali, they met again. Aleta and Arga are involved in a production covering the beauty of nature. Aleta used this opportunity to approach Arga. Because of Aleta's ridiculous behavior and cheerfulness, Arga finally falls in love with her. The two of them became even closer. Slowly, Arga asked Aleta to return home. In Arga's job, he is in need of a host because his host is sick. Aleta also took the initiative to help Arga to host the event there. However, this has become a polemic for Arga's colleagues. However, Arga still asks her to host his channel. At that moment, Aleta's heart grew in feeling towards Arga. She falls in love with the cold figure of Arga who will either love her back or not. Because Aleta is actually still confused about her feeling to Arga, but she already feel comfortable because um, she wants to know deeper about Arga. What is clear, Aleta really has a heart for Arga. And then, Aleta took Arga's advice. Before leaving at the airport, Aleta asked Arga to promise to follow her to Jakarta. Arriving in Jakarta, Aleta continued to wait for Arga to arrive. However, Arga never came or gave any news to her. Then Aleta is um, afraid of Arga because Arga is never come back to her. Aleta's hope for Arga began to fade when she was arranged for a man which she doesn't love by her parents. Um, Visually, this movie is really beautiful because it presents cool natural scenery of Indonesia, fire drones in some of its scenes. And in terms of chemistry, there is really between Michelle and Rizky. This movie is very interesting to me because this movie is very romantic genre that shows the romance of people who are wrapped in a romance. There are many romantic words that make the audience fall in love with the storyline. Besides that, here our eyes are spoiled with the extraordinary beautiful natural scenery of Indonesia. And honestly, I have watched this movie two times and maybe more than two times. And I always cry every time I watching the part when Alita and Arga have to spare it. Overall, this movie is still very good, especially for the lover romantic movie genre. Okay, maybe that's all of my review. I'm sorry if there's any mistakes, and thanks for watching.